For friends, software see, this is the problem with live. Software staff augmentation. So good, it seems like magic. And
That's
today we
right.
have Daniel from Want Solutions, and he's going to talk about how this works because I'm interested. I want to know about AI engineers and architects and QA and all the kind of software stuff that we build, where we typically hire offshore or hire expensive American developers.
That's right.
And I want to see what your solution is, especially given that everyone's using AI tools to write the code.
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, AI is it's going to be a big thing over the next several years. Probably, we're going to see major changes this year. However, you talked about offshore. You talked about U.S. based engineers. Now, we do augment with U.S. based engineers
Mhm.
and offshore, but our niche really is nearshore augmentation. So nearshore augmentation, we've got South American
Yeah.
engineers, UX designers, architects. We can put together full Scrum teams, and the real benefit of nearshore augmentation is, I mean, of course, the cost,
Mhm.
right? I mean, just generally speaking, you can hire nearshore engineers for about $60 an hour, and you can do that for a month, three
Yeah.
months,
Yeah.
6 months, 12 months if you want,
Yeah.
with all of the benefits of having a full-time engineer that doesn't cost you 170,000 a year plus benefits plus overhead management,
Yeah. Yeah.
the whole deal. Because we do all of that for you in house, and we've got a team of roughly our talent pool
Yeah.
is maybe 100
Okay.
or more engineers or developers, and we just help streamline your business. And I think the benefit for nearshore, I mean, even in technology. Uh, the question is always, do you have U.S. based engineers? Of
Hmm.
course we do. You're right,
Hmm.
but that's you have to pay for it.
Right.
Near shore, you have the ability to complete projects, extend your runway. If
Hmm.
you're a startup or if you've got funding, however that might be,
Hmm.
you can pick and choose every aspect of
Yeah.
what you need.
Yeah.
Right? Small package,
Yeah.
large package, full package, back end
Yeah.
engineers, front end, and one of the main benefits is time zone.
Hmm.
We have offshore
Hmm.
engineers, but do you want meetings at 3 in the morning? I don't know. Um, cultural and language barriers, there's still, I mean,
Hmm.
that's still relevant. We
Hmm.
don't have that as much, I think, with our South American teams.
Hmm.
Now we have weekly leadership calls with all of our clients and things like that, full dashboards that
Hmm.
help. But really, augmenting your staff with nearshore engineers, you're able to streamline your business at a fraction
Hmm.
of the cost with, you know, none of the overhead.
Yeah.
And again, one of the other major benefits are a lot of these tech companies, you have to expand,
Hmm.
grow, compress based on the need, based
Hmm.
on your project.
Hmm.
And one of the main things, I mean, just the environment of your workplace.
Hmm.
I've got friends, a lot of friends in tech
Hmm.
who are constantly wondering what portions of their team are going to be downsized in the
Hmm.
next 12 months.
Hmm.
With augmentation,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about that. And the engineers aren't worried about that, right? They're on board for whatever you're doing. We place them with you,
Hmm.
and we've got long-standing inroads and agreements and relationships with this talent pool, for
Yeah.
years. And so we know what engineers are going to be best fit for your company,
Hmm.
what types of information or what types of skill sets you
Hmm.
might need, and who would collaborate with you best, right? And so that's I think really is our niche.
So you guys are doing this mainly for staff aug, not project based.
It's primarily staff aug. That's correct. Yeah, you have to have the vision. Generally, our clients are going to have a tech team. They're going to have a software
Hmm.
team, and we're just augmenting a
Hmm.
portion of that.
Hmm.
I mean, we can augment the entire thing, but
Hmm.
you wouldn't really generally be coming to us and
Yeah.
saying, "I've got this vision. This is what I want. Do
Yeah.
this for me."
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't really work that way.
Need a couple more resources
Yeah,
in certain areas. Yeah.
you need a resource. You need to be able. I mean, it's got to be affordable. I
Yeah.
mean, especially in the economy these days,
Yeah.
especially the way tech is going.
Yeah.
It's just I think it's a perfect solution,
Yeah.
middle of the way solution for companies that have a need,
Yeah.
an immediate need. Even that, I mean, our speed to market is 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Really, if you need augmentation,
Yeah.
and that can be short term, long term, whatever you
Yeah.
need. Yeah.
So Daniel, what industries do you serve, and give us an example of a star client?
Oh, we can serve any industry. We were big in ed tech, of course. Now, healthcare, government services is tough. You've got
Hmm.
NPI, information transfer, which
Hmm.
is it's not impossible, but it's more difficult
Hmm.
with with that type of private data. But we've got commercial industrial. Of course, we've got an oil and gas company, a
Mhm.
large oil and gas company. They're building a dashboard, a platform for in-house use, potentially the sale of this product where they're building a system. And that's what I mean, commercial industrial, if they're not going to tech now, they will be or should be,
Yeah.
you know, not just over the next year, over the next, out to infinity,
Yeah.
right? So commercial industrial is a big space
Yeah.
for us. There are a lot of, 100-year companies that have to decide, how are they going to be efficient? How are they going to be relevant? How are you going to, secure your margins? I
Yeah.
mean, profit is a big
Yeah.
thing. It's
Yeah.
always real.
Well, a lot of the changes in AI and being at conferences like this, did you mark on? So when you're talking with customers, what are you hearing from them? What are they telling you?
In regard to
Just in general,
just the market.
market needs. What are their hopes, fears, and desires?
I think their market needs generally people are. I mean, I'll be honest. They're talking pricing. That's the first question.
Mhm.
They want to know the cost. They want to know the benefit. They want to know the cost. The
Mhm.
benefit is you get everything that you have or everything that you need
Mhm.
at a fraction of the cost. And that's, I mean, pricing is huge,
Yeah.
right? And now I already talked about environmental, or
Mhm.
excuse me, like workplace climate
Mhm.
and environment.
Mhm.
I mean, that's important. There are there are a lot of large companies who are upsizing and downsizing consistently, and
Mhm.
it's really hard to hire full-time staff. When your in-place environment
Mhm.
is constantly changing,
Yeah.
people are going to be hesitant
Yeah.
about that. That's the big thing for companies is
Yeah.
to be able at a snap your finger like magic
Yeah.
to
Magic.
like magic.
Yeah.
That's right. To be able to hire and not fire, but to be able to bring people on,
Yeah.
and then downsize back to
That's the beauty of
when you
staff
need.
aug.
That's
You,
it.
you
That's
you
it.
can date instead of marry.
That is it. That's it. So I mean,
Yeah.
pricing is a big thing, of
Okay.
course. That's going to be something with. I mean, there are a lot of companies that
Yeah.
are making the decision now. Um, are you going to go through an acquisition?
Uh-huh.
Are you going to be acquired? Are you going to acquire?
Yeah.
All right. And so all of that, I think, takes into account to what your books look like.
We've
Absolutely.
we've
Yeah.
done a lot of staff aug. When I was at Yahoo,
Mhm.
we had lots of need, and we found that one of the biggest issues was integration of virtual staff
Okay.
versus people
Sure.
who are like in our office in our
Yeah.
Sunnyvale
Mhm.
headquarters.
Yep.
And we found that the staff aug companies that did the best had a dedicated team on the bench
Mhm.
that was small, like
Sure.
100
Yeah.
some people. What do you do to manage that bench? How do you keep the best quality people on your team?
Well, again, I think it's just our longstanding inroad with the South American teams that we had. Our relationship, over years,
Mhm.
is important. We're constantly in communication with the same engineers. We put specific engineers on specific jobs or contracts that we
Mhm.
know that they're going to do great work that
Mhm.
I mean, every engineer is dedicated to what they're doing,
Mhm.
but just finding the right fit. So not only knowing your clients, the same thing
Mhm.
is knowing your service connection there,
Yeah.
right? Which is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in any services company, there's always your A players who you allocate towards your best clients.
Of course.
And then there's other ones who are like not as good, who are good, but maybe they're not your A players. So someone who they need software engineers, application engineers, mobile app engineers, other engineers for their project. How can they make sure they're getting the best people that you have on the team?
Our talent pool, could be 300 or 400,
Yeah.
but it reasonably is less. And that's because we, are selective about the management team in South America
Mhm.
or other nearshore augmentation firms that we partner with. And so just the relation, the longstanding relationship that we have with those,
Mhm.
they're already pre-vetted. They're already pre-selected, those
Mhm.
engineers. So, I mean, I'd like to say that every engineer that we place at any organization is the best.
Yeah.
They're all great, I think, but the reality is,
It's a people business.
it's a
It's the
people
trust that
business.
you have.
But the fact is, all our entire talent pool is already pre-vetted,
Yeah.
and we've worked with them on a number of different contracts over the years.
Yeah.
And so, really, that question doesn't come up often. I
Yeah.
mean, there are. I mean, you don't have language barriers, cultural
Yeah.
barriers, really, which is again somewhat relevant, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that again, just having those inroads that have been in place for so long, really reduces the risk of any of that. But I mean, we have clauses in our contracts where if an
Yeah.
engineer is not working out
Mhm.
or isn't a best fit for your
Mhm.
company, that's augmentation. We can
Yeah.
replace that engineer at any
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And that comes up in weekly calls that we have
Yeah.
when we have leadership calls with our customers, all the time, where
Yeah.
we're managing, monitoring the work that's being done, where your project is at,
Mhm.
constant. It comes up all the time. Like we need this or we
Mhm.
need that. You've got to
Mhm.
stack it, based on importance.
Mhm.
I mean, there are some companies who are like, look, we don't need the best. You know, um, we need some back end work. But the
Mhm.
reality is, all of our engineers are going to be senior and principal level
Mhm.
engineers. That's why I don't think we're impacted so
Mhm.
much by AI.
Mhm.
Right? AI is capable of replacing some of that work.
Yeah.
But those are the work that it's replacing generally are going to be entry
Mhm.
level dev jobs,
Mhm.
right? And so we have senior level engineers who are willing to do that work.
Mhm.
And so you get the added benefit of having a senior or principal level engineer doing the backlog, doing some of the early front end work.
Yeah.
So that's why I think you're getting the best of the
Yeah.
best generally. So because
Yeah.
again, companies can hire firms or organizations that
Mhm.
embed with AI,
Yeah.
and you can do some of that. But
Mhm.
there's a lot of control issues. There's a lot of data issues
Yeah. Wouldn't
with that
trust AI quite
structural.
yet. Yeah.
Exactly.
You
I
still
just
need the
don't.
senior engineers.
I don't think they're there. And even when
Yeah.
they are there was always going to be a place for 5 to 10 years of experience,
Yeah.
augmenting your team somewhere. A lot of our
Yeah.
clients have, those companies have a CTO.
Uh-huh.
They've got an existing tech team, right? And then again, instead of, taking the time saying,
Mhm.
well, we've got to hire 3 engineers
Mhm.
at $170,000 a year.
Mhm.
And what's this look like down the road? They're going, we have an immediate need. And
Mhm.
that's, again, our speed to market, 2 to 4
Yeah.
weeks is paramount, I
Yeah.
think.
Scaling up and scaling down, because if they're a W-2 employee, it's a little harder to deboard them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Really hard. Yeah. Again, especially on your, cultural environment in terms of like your business.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yeah.
So mainly from Colombia, Brazil.
No, we've got Argentina. Uruguay. A
Okay.
number that we've had partners in the Ukraine,
Okay.
Indonesia, other places.
Okay.
But in terms of near shore,
Yeah.
Venezuela, Uruguay, places like that.
Do you speak Spanish?
No, not great. not great. Yeah,
So Daniel's going to be also in Las Vegas.
That's
Get your
right.
mark on
Oh,
in
yeah.
a couple weeks.
Vegas, baby.
What are you most excited about Vegas?
Oh, I love to travel. What am I most excited about Vegas? The exposure. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be in business development if I wasn't excited about
Yeah.
exposure. I live in Wyoming, so the weather is
Yeah.
going to be nice
Yeah.
in November.
Not many
Of
people going to
course.
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Yeah, we've got our cards. I love to play cards. I'm kind of like an amateur poker freak. I like to play a
Yeah.
little poker, play little
Okay.
cards, see the sights, see the lights.
Yeah.
Something new. So yeah, super excited about that.
Cool. Daniel,
Yeah.
how do people reach you?
They can find us on our website at wansolutions.com, or they can reach me at daniel.lindley@wansolutions.com, or my phone number. I'm happy to give that out. I'm on my phone all the time.
Yeah.
Answer it. I answer clients at 10 o'clock at night, 307-275-6978. Text,
There you are.
email, anything. Yeah.
Daniel, Wan Solutions. Thanks
Hey,
for being on the
thank
podcast.
you so much. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Yep.
We'll see
Enjoy
you
your
guys
day.
either here in Denver or see you in Vegas.
That's right. See ya.